Welcome students to the introduction part 2. So let us go through what we did in the previous session. What are the different aspects that we discussed in cash flow statement? So we had a discussion about introduction, then difference between FFS and CFS, then Companies Act of 2013, then cash flow from various activities. Then we had a discussion about operating activity, investment activity, finance activity. So students, next you need to keep certain points in mind. In case of banking company, interest paid, interest received and dividend received is treated as operating activity, and dividend paid is treated as finance activity. For a bank, the main operation activity of a bank is to pay interest on the deposits and receive interest on the loans lent, and also receive dividends where the bank has invested in shares of another company. So bank will either lend the loan to the needy borrower, or if there is any surplus funds with bank, so bank will invest in the shares of another company, whereby the bank will receive interest on its investment. So therefore interest paid on the deposits, interest received on the loans lent, and dividend received on the investments made by the bank is a normal day-to-day transactions of the business, and therefore it is treated as operating activity in case of banking company. And dividend paid is treated as a financing activity because the bank will pay dividend on its share capital. So share capital is treated as finance activity. So students, keep in mind, dividend received is operating, dividend paid is finance in case of banking business. Second, in case of other company, interest paid, interest received and dividend paid and received is treated as finance activity, because in case of manufacturing concern, it has to pay interest on the loans borrowed, it has to receive interest on the investments made, and such like that. Dividend paid and dividend received is treated as financing activity. So what's the main difference between point number 1 and point number 2? In point number 1, in case of banking business, dividend paid is treated as finance activity, whereas in case of other business, interest paid, interest received, dividend paid, dividend received is treated as finance activity. Whenever profits are not given in the question, student, there is a formula to calculate profits. The profit formula, if it's missing in the question, you need to calculate by applying the formula. Formula is equal to dividend paid by the company plus GR transfer plus any surplus as such. Income tax paid is treated as operating activity because you pay tax on the profit. So profit comes in operating activity. The following are treated as non-cash and non-operating expenses. What is non-cash expenses? Those expenses where cash is not affected. Non-operating expenses mean those expenses that are not related to day-to-day activities of the business. Example, depreciation is a non-cash expense. Goodwill written off is a non-cash expense. Preliminary expenses is a non-cash expense. Loss on sale of fixed asset is a non-operating loss. Provision for tax is a non-cash expense. Proposed dividend non-cash expense. GR transfer is a non-cash expense. The following are treated as non-cash and non-operating incomes. So what are non-cash incomes? Those incomes where we don't receive any cash, where cash is not affected. Non-operating income means those income which is not related to day-to-day activities of the business. Example, profit on sale of fixed asset is a non-operating income. Income tax refund is a non-operating income. Appreciation on fixed asset is a non-cash income, and so on. Whenever income tax provision is not given, okay, whenever income tax paid is not given, opening provision should be treated as paid, closing provision should be treated as new provision. Students, whenever in the question IT paid is not given, then go to balance sheet. You may find provision for tax. Opening is treated as paid, closing is treated as new provisions created. Dividend given in adjustment will come in two places. So any dividend paid is given in adjustment, it will come in two places. Of course, all adjustments will come at two places: operating activity and finance activity. Students, this is the overall view of the cash flow statement. A cash flow statement finally should be prepared like this. Take cash flow from operating activity plus cash flow from investing activity plus cash flow from finance activity. Add all the three. Sometimes you may get negative figure also, sometimes you may get minus also. So sometimes some activity may be minus, some activity may be plus. So take all the three, you get net cash flow. Add opening balance of cash given in the question. The resulting answer should be the closing cash balance given in the question. If it matches with the closing cash given in the question, then your answer is said to be correct. Otherwise, your answer is said to be wrong. So all the three activity cash flow, add opening balance of cash given in the balance sheet. If you add all this four, you should get an answer of closing cash balance. So this is the final cash flow statement to be prepared. Now let us go how each activity format looks like: operating activity, investing activity, finance activity. So first let us look into operating activity. Cash flow from operating activity. Student, this is an important format that may come both for 6 marks and 14 marks. So what you do, students, take the net profit given in the question, add a non-cash and non-operating expenses. So as the title says, we should only take operating, we should not take non-operating. These expenses are deducted in the PL account, so add it. Because these expenses should be added because these are non-cash, where cash is not affected. And these expenses are not operating in nature. So expenses which are not operating in nature, expenses where cash is not affected should be added. Why? It is deducted in PL account. So it should not be deducted. So what you do? Add. So those expenses where cash is not affected, those expenses which is not operating in nature, so these two should be added. Next, less non-cash and non-operating incomes. What are non-cash incomes? Those incomes where cash is not affected. What is non-operating income? The incomes which are not regularly, commonly earned. So these incomes are non-operating in nature, non-cash in nature. This income is added in PL account, so minus. As incomes are added in PL account, it should be minused. So add non-cash and non-operating expense less non-cash and non-operating incomes. So why you should add non-operating expense? Because it is not related to operating. So it should not be deducted. Add. Why non-operating income should be deducted? Because these incomes are not related to day-to-day operation, but it is added. So what you should do? Minus. Next, students, add increase in current liability. So any current liability, if it increases, you should add. Like creditor increased, BP increased, outstanding expenses increased, and so on. Why? Because when liability increases, we enjoy his money. We enjoy creditor's money. So that means we make a delayed payment. When there is a delayed payment, that amount of cash is in our hand. So when liabilities increases, it means that other people's money are with us. Add. Add decrease in current asset. Any current assets are decreased. Add. When current asset will decrease? When we receive cash from debtor. When we receive cash during sale of goods like stock. So stock reduces means it is sold. We receive cash. Debtor decreases, it means we receive cash. So when current asset decreases, it means cash is received. Next student, let's decrease in current liability. When current liability decreases, it means that liabilities are paid. Creditors, it was 10,000 reduced to 5,000. It means creditors are paid. When you pay creditor, cash payment is done. So decrease. So you should minus. Increase in current asset. Example, stock is increased. It means stock is purchased. So when stock is purchased, you should make payment minus. Less income tax paid. So when you make payment of income tax, it should be minused. So this is an important format, students, kindly keep in mind. So if you do or make all these adjustments, we get cash flow from operating activity. Note, in the above, current asset does not include cash in hand, cash at bank, and in current liability, it does not include BOD. As discussed in theory, students, cash flow statement considers cash in hand, cash at bank, BOD. Now let us go for the next second format, cash flow from investing activities. Students, investing activity involves only two: sale of fixed asset less purchase of fixed asset. When you sell, you receive cash. When you purchase, you make payments. So sale of fixed asset less purchase of fixed asset. The resulting answer will be cash flow from investing activities. Students, the last slide, we need to discuss about cash flow from financing activity. It's very simple. All that transaction results in receipt, add, payments minus. Cash received from issue of shares and debenture. Any shares and debentures are issued, you receive cash, add. Cash received from loans raised, you should add. Deduct redemption of shares and debenture. Whenever you repay the shares, you should minus. Dividend paid, payment. Loans repaid, payment. Drawings, payment. But generally drawings will come in sole trading concern. It will not come in company accounts. Interest paid on the loans raised. So all payments you should minus, and then all cash receipt you should add. So you get a resulting answer, cash flow from finance activity. So remember students, cash flow from operating plus cash flow from investing plus cash flow from financing plus opening cash. All the four if you add, the resulting answer should be the closing cash given in the question. So students, in the next class we will solve some few problems in case of cash flow statement. Thank you.